This video is for men and only men. This is classified information. If you're a woman, get out of here, alright? This is... You can't handle this. You know when everyone tells you that why you're not attractive is because you need confidence? I want to talk about power in relationships. As a chubby, insecure, video game, hentai junkie, I believe this is the main thing that I struggle with. If power sounds inherently bad, it sounds threatening, it sounds like you are going to do some bad things to the world, but that's not what it is at all. I want to explain how power is this confidence that they always tell us to have when we intend to attract girls or intend to make new relationships and gain new friends and carry yourself in a competent way. This is not some red pill Andrew Tate nonsense. This is simply a concept that I'm here to explain, alright? If you're too easily offended, you have such fixated hatred towards anything to do with teaching guys how to be a little bit more competent in life, then fuck you, man, alright? You don't understand how lonely most men are. You don't understand how much anger that harbors within those losers that you see around class. You never understand it. There's so many people that are largely confused. You shouldn't be so bigoted as to deem everything evil once it sounds threatening. Once it sounds traditional, you progressive libertard. Anyways, you know who holds power in a relationship? The one who needs the other the least. And you know how you can simulate that in real life? You act without approval. But that doesn't mean you do wrong things. That doesn't mean you become a bad person. Because if you genuinely think that thing is wrong, why would you go and do it? Power is the ability to make our own decisions, right or wrong. The ability to assert ourselves and to confidently own them. Own our decisions, whether they are right or wrong. This is the difference that separates good men from nice guys. If you're a typical nice guy, you have the personality of a plank. You don't dare to insult, tease, disagree, suggest because you are afraid you could do something wrong, overstep some boundaries. But what makes you attractive is by being a good man with power. You don't need their approval. You have trust in your judgment. That's power. You're not afraid to ask for help or to ask for something. Even if it risks losing her attraction, you're willing to go do that thing you care about. You're willing to stand for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone. That's the essence of being a powerful man. If you genuinely think there's nothing wrong with the N-word, you'll say it. That is power. Sure, you might get a beat the fuck out of you, but that's the essence. To confidently own a decision you make. Of course, I'm joking there, but let's say, for example, the common notion that being vocal and expressive means you're kind of bigoted, you're arrogant, but you genuinely think that being vocal and expressive helps you put yourself out there. You think that it is useful that people are expressive so that you can have actual discussion, so that you can have honest debates, so that you can settle things that don't lead to violence, don't accumulate tension, but you can have honest conversations. So you think that being expressive is really good and really useful rather than being arrogant, and people tell you that that's inconsiderate, but you think it's right. Then you would do what you believe is right. That's what it means to assert yourself. To have this power is not easy. You need a lot of repetition. You need to be very comfortable with yourself, even if it means the whole world rejects you, and that is not easy at all. This power can only be developed through repetition, experience, doing what you believe is right even if other people tell you it's wrong, not seeking approval from other men, and then after making those decisions, realizing that the consequences aren't even that bad and you are still at peace with yourself. In fact, you feel even better that you have stood for what you believed in rather than being boxed in by whatever other people think. That is power, and as a man, that is so necessary. Women won't dare to tell you this. They won't even subconsciously realize it. But that's what makes a guy attractive. The willingness to do something that everyone else sees is wrong, but he sees it's right. That's why making offensive jokes is attractive. That's why sometimes you see those girls being attracted to those bad boy retards. This power and this non-neediness, having many options in friendships and relationships, that gives you that non-neediness. And that gives the people you talk to, the people who want to get to know you, competition anxiety. And they will kind of think that they want to know you more because you have social desirability. That's why although women say that they hate it, they still go for guys who date non-exclusively. I'm not saying that you should. Whatever you deem right. With, of course, properly evaluating it and really thinking whether you think it's right or not. Or it's just like a retarded desire or something you're made to think. If you really think something's right, then you should carry it out. You should be willing to assert yourself, even if you're afraid of all the disapproval or the disappointment you'll get. And then you own your decision. If you're trying to walk down a path and you live treating people like obstacles, you avoid crossing their boundaries, you avoid doing what's what's wrong, you walk in a zigzag line, wasting a lot of time, moving in different directions. But if you are willing to assert yourself, you walk down that path, straight ahead. Make them live around you, not the other way around. Assert yourself, walk through everything. And of course, you need to constantly reassess whether you are actually doing the right thing or whether you are actually moving towards what you want to become. But do not be afraid to assert yourself. Power is what you need to get what you want out of life. Power is what you need to be fulfilled. Asserting yourself is how you get over your shitty self-esteem. Do not be afraid to challenge other men. Do not be afraid to be frowned upon. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid of being wrong in the eyes of others. Be afraid of being wrong to the eyes of yourself. That's what makes a good man. To better work.